Today, as you might have seen, I'm coming at you with another foundation. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that I ran a little poll, and some of you are tired of my foundation reviews, and that's totally fine. I totally get it. And if you are tired, you probably didn't click on this one, but it's fine. But I am gonna keep doing some foundation reviews. I might tone it down a little bit, but I'm gonna keep doing some of them because not only do I know that a lot of you are still out looking for your perfect foundation, but foundations keep evolving in formula, and I think I have such a complex skin type that if it works for me, it probably works for most people. And at the same time, I really do enjoy doing these foundation videos, and it's also a really good way for people to find my channel in terms of search and SEO on YouTube. So it's a little bit of everything of why I'm gonna keep doing the foundation reviews, but I'm gonna try to not do as much in a row, if that makes sense. Having that said, let's launch into our newest foundation, which is the BOBBI Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation, SPF 15, full cover, oil-free shine control. And my shade is the lightest shade, which is Alabaster 00. Just a disclaimer for everyone. For those of you who have watched me before, you know that I was on Accutane. I haven't been on Accutane for 2 weeks, and it has made a dramatic change in my skin. It's no longer super extremely dry, like desert dry. It's now just a normal type of dry. So I really like the packaging because it's very sturdy, and even like, can you hear that? But I like that somehow, some way. Okay, so it's light. It's not extremely light. I think I was hoping it would be a little bit lighter, and it's maybe gonna match my face and not my neck. Yeah. But the shade is pretty neutral. It isn't very warm and it isn't very pinky, which I'm all about. So I'm gonna do this side of my face with a brush, and I'm gonna be using the bareMinerals Luxe Performance Brush that you know I love. This little thing. Just jump right in. I've been told, okay, this smells good. It smells like skincare actually, but it's not like, I don't know. How can this be full cover? It's not doing anything. I've been told that it is very good, but it does have a very powerful mattifying effect. Okay. This is more like it. This second layer is more the type of coverage that I was expecting. So it definitely is buildable. And that's great because if you don't need all that coverage, that's perfect. In terms of color, it is matching my face. And it's not too like dark for my neck. It is not my neck shade exactly, but it fades in pretty well for now. So if it doesn't oxidize, it's a good bet. I'm gonna apply now directly on the brush a little bit because honestly I'm still at a medium sort of coverage. So when it says full cover, I'm kind of like, what, are you high? It hasn't completely set though. I don't know if it's self-setting. Because it says it's oil controlling, I was expecting it to dry a lot faster, and I'm surprised to say it doesn't. It is definitely buildable with the good finish. It has a really amazing soft finish. Even with a brush, it doesn't feel too strokey. It just feels very natural. It kind of feels like a tinted moisturizer, sort of. Soft matte, even satiny finish. It's beginning to tighten a little bit, but at the same time, it still has a satiny finish. And it is sort of tacky and transferring. So it's weird because it's not completely matte, but I can feel the tightening effect of it. So it's probably gonna be very matte within a few minutes. I'm gonna do just my under eye with this Zoeva 117. And even my eyes haven't been as dry. Like, finish is great, texture is great. I would be happy with this type of coverage, I think. Maybe I want a little bit more because this is medium to high coverage. And focus on the medium. Like, when this says it's full coverage, I expected something a lot more full coverage, you know. Okay, so on this side, I'm gonna go with my BeautyBlender, which is not dirty, it's just stained. I need a new one. I'm gonna apply 2 pumps on my hand and go over a little bit, do the exact same process I did for this. It does look good though. Like, it looks so glowy. I'm expecting I'll need more product as well on this side. but I did apply quite a bit of product here just to achieve that medium to high coverage. The first layer is almost like a tinted moisturizer, really. It doesn't cover anything, it just sets like a base. It's a nice base, but for a foundation that claims to be full coverage. Okay, applying directly on the Beauty Blender now to see if the coverage is a little bit better. I think it's just a tiny little bit better with the Beauty Blender, but even with the brush, it's super, super flawless. No, this still hasn't set here. It's weird. Once again, I can't really achieve full coverage. I think it's a little better than here because with the Beauty Blender, I get to just place it on top and just leave it. Whereas with the brush, I just need to buff it in a little bit, so the coverage goes a little more away, if that makes sense. Again, I'm starting to feel that tightening sensation on this side as well now, but it's still very glowy and it is still transferable. It's not set down, so I'm confused. I don't know where to go from here. Even under eye, it is quite perfect, the formula and the finish. On my pores here, it's still very, very glowy. It doesn't sink into pores, it doesn't drag on, but the coverage here is not ideal with the brush. On this side, under eye is still very great. This is my most pigmented part, and it is a little better covered, but still not full cover. But the texture, once again, is really great. That glow is amazing and unbelievable for an oil-free, oil-controlling sort of foundation. So it has not set so far. It's still pretty transferable. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then sort of decide if I want to powder it or not. I feel the tightening sensation very strongly now. And I did powder my T-zone just because it was so transferable. So here, I didn't powder it, but because I went highlight and bronzer, it did become a little not transferable. But overall, it's still very like glowy and dewy. So first impressions would be this would not be for dry skin, but it is a flawless finish. So I'm thinking this will probably be a very long wear foundation. That's what the tightening feeling is about. Because it doesn't look drying, that's the thing. It looks actually kind of moisturizing. Other than the promise of full coverage that I honestly think it's a lie, the rest looks pretty great. So the tightening sensation surprisingly has subsided. I think it's my natural oils kicking in. Now that I have natural oils, hello! It's not at all uncomfortable, and the tightening sensation, I kind of stopped feeling it. So that's good. It is a little bit transferable in the parts that had no powder whatsoever. Where I see that it's a bit more drying of a foundation is you can see that my smile lines are starting to form. And even here, when I like laugh and do this, like wrinkle my nose, it kind of like does that. Even though I did powder my under eye. So again, this foundation is kind of, it has me a little bit confused. It shows a little tiny wear, not too much to be honest, but the rest looks pretty flawless. You can see the little glow here, again, even though I powdered my nose and my skin is dry. So I'm confused. I like it. I like this foundation, and I think when my skin goes back to normal, not Accutane like, I will really enjoy this foundation. Final check-in, and I think it's not much different than the 4-hour mark, to be honest, which is shockingly good. The lines here are a little bit more accentuated, which was to be expected, but still no product has sunk into pores or made my skin look cakey and dry, which was a concern. There's a little also line here because I wrinkle my nose a lot. But the overall look feels great. It doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. It is super glowy here. Glowy but not oily. Yeah, you can just see a little bit of wear. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more, and don't forget to click the little bell button so you know every single time I upload. And I will see you in the next one. I feel like my camera's like way too high. Like, bye!